What is going on, guys? Trader Bryce here. Let me move this mic a little bit. I'm sure you can see this camera in the background. You're like, well, why aren't you just using that? I'm on my laptop, so I only have a couple of USB ports, and it was either the mic or the camera. And fortunately, this mic is much better than my laptop microphone. It's not as echoey. There's still a little bit of an echo. I'll show you around real quick. If you can see, this is my loft up here. So like I don't have any rug yet or a chair. I don't have a whole lot of like noise, echo reduction, whatever you want to call it. But with that being said, oh, excuse me. With that being said, I kind of wanted to do this quick video today about the $2 risk that I always talk about. Sorry, Sykes keeps messaging me. We got some really cool plans coming up. I'm excited for. That'll be you'll see a video on that later on. Really cool stuff. So I talk about this $2 risk strategy a lot. I get a ton of questions. I'm sure I'll still get a ton of questions because half the people don't ever watch any videos or do any other research. I'm getting better. My voice is kind of lost. So basically, in theory, the $2 risk idea is this, right? You have a position. You find here. Let's actually go over an example real quick. How about this? Oh my goodness! This is when I started $2 risk. Was May 15th. The premise of the $2 risk idea is that your trades, at the very most, you risk $2 per trade, ideally looking to make 2 to 3 times that on your wins. The whole idea is that you're not focusing on the money, you're focusing on the process. You could take 10 $2 losses in a row and still only lose $20. I mean, that's amazing. Right? Like, who cares about 20 losses in a row? The most losses I've ever, let's go to my reports. Most losses I've ever taken in a row is 11. Now, let's go to my stats right now for July. I'm sized up. Yeah, I'm $1,000 risk right now. If I took 11 losses in a row, I basically take a 6K loss. Or 6K in losses, which is still fine relatively speaking for me. But back, when I first had started trading, that wasn't a viable option. It wasn't. Now, I did not trade it as well as I probably could have. This day I think I sized up. No, look at that. Look at those losses, baby. Part of it is learning how to kind of pyramid into a trade, which is a whole different topic. But regardless, you get the point. Like, oh, nope, that's 2021. I was like, how do I make a $2,000 day? Here, 45-cent loss, 60-cent loss, 20-cent loss. I still made $10 on a $2 risk. I made 5 times my loser. And I'll get in depth. I know I talk a lot. Again, here, another big part of this is like, it really forces you to focus on doing the right things instead of getting emotional with money. It's more or less like paper trading, but you're doing it with real money, so it feels real. And let's be honest, guys, if someone told you you can make an extra $10 a day, what's that a year? It's 200 trading. That's another $2,000 a year. The whole purpose. Obviously, the purpose of trading is to be able to live off of it or use it as some kind of side income. So ideally, you're going to want more. But this is with a $2 risk. I cannot believe I had a $50 day with a $2 risk. Now, again, let's look at PRTY. Let's look at the chart here. What did I do? I mean, I had a 1. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. What was my position size? Okay, so I did size up. I had 600 shares. So I scalped. Wow, I used to be so scalpy, like really, really scalpy. No, 500 shares. I had 500 shares. I'm sorry. So I would have taken a $5 loss, and instead, I made 15. So I still got that 3 to 1. I was literally risking this 1 cent area because then we would have had that trend. This is had I traded it now. We would have had this trend break, and the break of this like clear 106 support. Got out in the 110s. The trade ended up working regardless of how scalpy I was. Let's look here at OCN. I must have sized up this day. But I mean, at the end of the day, I still kept my losing trades to, roughly $2 or less. So yeah, anyways, like I said, I didn't follow it perfectly by any means, but it was a good guide. This day I lost $2. Let's see. $2 loss, $1 loss, $4 loss. I took a big loss there. So let's kind of break it down a little bit now. You understand the premise of it. You're risking $2 per trade. That doesn't mean you're taking $2 position size. And what's also great about this, I call it a strategy. It's not really a strategy. It's like a mindset trick. But what's so awesome about this strategy is that I was under PDT, taking 10 trades a day, 12 trades a day, because I had roughly a $10,000 account, which gave me 5,000. And so goodness, there's so many little lessons here. If you have a cash account, you can trade unlimited until your funds are gone. The issue is, now I'm taking $50,000 position sizes. And if I had a $50,000 cash account, I could not trade that for another 2 days. So if you trade all of your cash on Monday, it will then be available for you to trade again on Wednesday. But if you split it up 50-50, which was what I did, I gave myself $5,000 per day to trade with. Excuse me. So that meant on Monday, I had $5,000. On Tuesday, I had the next $5,000. On Wednesday, I had the $5,000 that I had that I used on Monday. And so you're forced to take small position sizes, right? Like if you want to take 10 trades a day, you have to take $500 position sizes, which is perfect when you're taking trades like this, right? Like SNDL. I had 50 shares. I had 50 shares of a 75-cent stock. Wow, that's a nice move. Jeez, I chased the crap out of that, it looks like, huh? Oh, no, nice. That's actually really nice. Yeah, see, very, very, very good job. Wow, God, I missed out on a lot there, huh? I remember this exact trade, actually. I do. I remember this. I remember stalking this for days. Wow. Great setup. But that's the beauty behind it, right? I'm taking not even a $50 position. I could have taken 100 of those trades. So you're taking the size really small to risk really small to make really small. But it's the process over profits mentality where you're looking for consistency in your trading with real money. And you'll get to the spot where you're like, oh my God, why did I lose? Like, how did I lose $10? Like let's see, what was my worst red day in May when I was doing the $2 risk? Actually, not bad. I think I continued it into, no, wow, look at that. I sized up. I sized up pretty quick, and I don't recommend sizing up that quick. The market was really hot. But you get the point of it, right? So I wish I could give like a really good example. Okay, NAK. I must have got a bad fill on that too. So every cent that this dropped, I lost 50 cents. Because I got in around, pretend it was 98 cents. Down to 97, I lost 50 cents. Down to 96, I lost $1. 95, I lost $1.50. 94, I lost $2, which is exactly what happened. So stop. And this is why I tell every new trader, like, it's not about the money in the beginning. It's not. Look at that, because look at that amazing potential, right? I get in over this little mini breakout, this little intraday breakout, and we parabolic up. And I got to make $4.20. Yeah. Blaze up. Because then you'll learn to do that when you're taking $5 risk, $10 risk, $20 risk. You'll understand that same pain that it was like to lose $5. And you're able to exponentially size up because that money is no longer relevant. The entire month of May of 2020, I'm going to go from May 15th was the day I, sized down to my $5 risk and tried to stay pretty true to it. Made $87 on a $2 risk. Amazing. And then in June, let's see, what did I size up to in June in terms of my average loser? $20. I drastically increased. That's a very big increase. If I were doing this again and the market wasn't so hot like it was then, I would probably increase it to $5 or $10 because it's still relatively meaningless money. Your 20 losses in a row on $5, you're going to lose $200, and it's pretty unlikely that, I took 10 losses in a row, so I lost $200. If you do that with a $10 risk, I was going to lose $100. But it's the process over profits. And again, the point of it, I'm going to keep saying this because people have asked me so many times, like, why are you only taking $2 of position size? No. It's $2 risk. If I'm going to lose on the trade, I'm losing $2. And then again, like I said, your ability to exponentially size up is just amazing, because even still, you know, I went from an $80 month, and then I used a little bit more reasonable size, a $2,000 month on a $20 risk. That is wild. But it's what's possible when you're focusing on the right process. I feel like I was gonna, I feel like I was gonna say something else. I feel like I had something else to point out. Well, let's go over a couple trades that I took with a $2 risk, so you kind of get the idea. And again, I didn't do it perfectly. I wish I did. I wish I did it better, but no one's perfect. Let's see. Let's go over to losing day. Oh man, I got smoked on this one, huh? $6 loss. Oversized, and I paid for it. I'm sure that day, I was not happy. I'm sure I was like, wow, why did I let myself do that? Another $5. Oh, that was an OTC. Yep, I couldn't get any fills. $2, I think we already went over this one, maybe. Yep, wow. Would you look at that? I mean, it would have not worked. I stopped out early. I was too scared to hold through, because I probably was trying to respect the $2 risk, realized I was oversized relative to the risk level. And again, find that risk level and then determine how many shares you can take, right? Yeah, so I got to size into this trade accordingly. I was buying the intraday breakouts. Bought this breakout with the risk on 95. Where were we? Let's see. I bought that at what, 102 or something like that, probably. Yep. So I had 35. Oh no, it would have been the next entry. Where is it? Here we go. 100 shares at 102. Yeah, I was risking like $7 on that trade, huh? Because that would have been my risk level right there, 95. And this is what I do now too, though. It's kind of funny. So I'll take starter size. This was not starter size, but I'll take starter size with like a bigger picture risk, let it set a new low, and then add, risking that new low. It's like pyramiding in. And at this point, I was probably then risking, you know, the 97 area. But the trade ended up working really well. You get the point. I'm not going to spend too long talking about this. I just hope that this video gives you like a good idea of what my $2 risk is and why I think it's so important for people who are brand new to this, because it's not about the money in the beginning. You know, now, let's see, what am I up? I think I'm up like just about $700,000. That was my struggles in the very beginning, was when I didn't focus on the process and instead focused on the money. Now I'm so focused on the process that the money is a secondary factor. I mean, just in this year alone. Now, again, 2021 has been absolutely wild. It will never continue I don't know if it'll ever continue like this, but in 6 months, a little over 6 months, I'm up $600,000. Like, it feels unreal. But because I focus so heavily on the process for my first profitable year, and once you get profitable too, using that small risk, it's like the most amazing feeling in the world, because then you're like, I'm just going to focus even more on the process. And now I haven't deviated from my strategy maybe more than like once every 2 months, because I'm just so focused on like, trading's almost boring because I'm like, I know exactly what's going to happen, but that's how trading should be. Or not exactly what's going to happen, exactly what I'm going to do in every scenario. It's very repetitive, and that's how it should be, but you won't get there without focusing on small size, process over profits. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments if it's helped you out, if you're enjoying my other content on YouTube so far. And also, guys, by the way, if you're not... Actually, yeah, here we go. Perfect. If you guys aren't watching the small cap recap, you should be. You absolutely should be. We dropped some absolute nuggets in there. It's on the Stocks Trade YouTube channel. Me and Matt have been literally killing it. Together we did 31K, 26K, 13K, 35K. Like, together we are just really a force right now. We're trading out of our minds. Be sure to go watch all those small cap recaps. And there's just so many golden nuggets. Again, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in my next YouTube video.